Welcome back everyone. It's Sunday the 6th of July and it's quite overcast and there's a little breeze blowing and it's actually quite pleasant. It's nice and cool at the moment, but we're going to get another hot week. So I want to get as much done as I can today, and I'm going to start off by putting the sweet corn in the ground. Also, big hello to all my new subscribers. I've had a few new subscribers join recently, so hello and thanks for subscribing, and thanks for all the old subscribers as well. So yeah, let's start off with the sweet corn. Okay, for those that don't know it, this is my anti-badger cage for sweet corn. As the running joke, on the allotment is, when do you know your sweet corn's ready? Is because the badgers have nicked it all. I want some secateurs as well. I just want to remove any brambles I see growing, because I don't actually want them. So I've got brambles and nettles in this bed. It's quite an odd bed, this. I've got a funny feeling that this used to be part of a track. Because there's so many rocks and stones in it. It's like, I mean, that's all just rocks and stones. It's as if it was part of the track going through the allotment, where they put down hard standing just to stop the cars sinking in the mud. But I'm just pulling out any nettles and cutting back any brambles that I see, because it'll be a lot more difficult once I've got the sweet corn in. Empty snails. So how many have I got? 4, 12, 13. Right, let's get them on. I mean, they don't look the greatest things, but I'm hoping they'll perk up once I get them in the ground. Why are they not coming out? Oh, the reason they're not coming out is because of all the roots I've gone through at the bottom and all matted up together. Right. We'll start with this one. I think the variety is called Goldcrest or something like that. It's very dry, needs watered. Yeah, this soil is rubbish. It's so rocky. But I have grown sweet corn in here in the past rather successfully. I've also grown sweet corn in here, and it got pinched by the badgers. So that's why we built the cage, and ever since we built the cage we've never really had a successful growing of sweet corn, for various reasons. I think that's I don't know what that is. It's part of a bramble or something. So sweet corn is, the actual plant itself is, as far as I remember, is a type of grass. So I'm hoping that maybe put down some nitrogen-rich fertiliser might help get it going. Hi. Delilah's just made an appearance. The camera's pointing this way, Delilah, if you want to sneak behind it. She's a bit camera shy. Just been up having a look at Delilah's plot, it's really looking good. All the squashes are coming out, tomatoes, beans, she's got loads and loads of beans. What else? Her brassicas are doing well. So yeah, she's really excited about her allotment this year. That's one row in. God. The soil is really, really bad. As usual, just use the tool I'm using to dig to measure distances. It's not an exact science. Just give them a bit of room, but these have to be grown in like a grid, so they can pollinate each other with the wind. Yeah, I wonder what Delilah was after, probably after a tool or something. I bought this fork the other week because I thought it'd be strong, and I think I've just bent it. No, I'm hoping this will really take off once it's in the ground. It's left in these pots a little longer than I would have liked. red arrows. That's the red arrows on their way to Silverstone. Well, time for a bit of speed weeding. What I'm going to do with this bed. Well, I've took the broad beans out, the dead broad beans out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weed it, get all the bindweed and everything else out. Then I'm going to spread these 3 bags of compost along the surface, and I'm going to sow my carrot seeds into the compost. I could sow them direct into the bed, but the soil's all very lumpy. It's a big lumps of seeds would disappear down cracks in between lumps of soil, and yeah, it wouldn't be ideal. So I think I'll get a much better germination rate if I plant the seeds directly into some nice soft compost and give them a good head start. And once I get the seeds in, I'm going to get the rest of that netting that I bought recently, because it's got a very fine mesh, and I'm going to put the netting over this bed, and hopefully that will protect it from the carrot root fly. The big carrot box that I've used in previous years, I'm going to have to empty all that and get all the bindweed out. It's just a joke how much bindweed is actually in there now. So yeah, it did work good in previous years, but this year it's just not working well. So just working my way through this bed now, and once it's done, it's a bit late in the day now, but next time I'm up I shall continue with this. Well, it's Wednesday now, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spread compost over the beds. The beds have been weeded, so this is a commercial grade compost that I got from Sainsbury's. There's 3 bags for £10, which was okay. And I'm going to mix this with some of my own compost that's been previously used for the new potatoes. So I'm just going to grab a couple of bags of the spent compost and add it. The commercial compost is a lot more fibrous than my homemade compost, so I'm hoping that will retain the moisture better than just using 100% of my own compost. It looks like it's a little bit on the dry side for some reason, so I'm just going to spread it all over the bed and rake it out. Any lumps of soil that I come across, I'm going to try and break up. But if I was to sow the carrot seeds directly into this lumpy soil, the seeds would just disappear down the cracks between the lumps of soil, and there wouldn't be very good contact between the substrate and the seeds to get a good germination. I'm hoping by using this compost I'm going to get good contact between the compost and the seeds. Last but one of the most important things is give everything a good old water. As you're probably aware, it's been very, very hot here in the UK recently, so giving the bed a good water will help these seeds germinate, and I will also give them a water once I have finished sowing the seeds. I've already started off this bed and put in 2 rows of Nantes. These are a main crop carrot, normally sown early, but you can sow them late as well for an autumn cropping, and these can be sown from July for a late harvest in November. What I'm sowing now is Autumn King, and this is another main crop carrot with high yields, and they're also good at storing. You can store these quite well. Now these can be sown in July and you can harvest up until December. So I'm just making a little shallow trench or a drill with my trowel, and I'm sprinkling in the seeds as thinly as I can, just to get some sort of space in for the carrots. Once the carrots come up, I also have a chance at thinning again, and I'm also writing in my notebook what I'm sowing, so I know what's in there. So now I've got 2 rows of Nantes, and I've got 5 rows of Autumn King 2. Autumn King 2 is one of my favourites. I've grown some really, really big ones of those in the past. Very flavoursome as well, nice flavour. So yeah, I quite like those. The third set of carrots that I'm going to put in is Chanternay Red Core, and this is another main crop carrot. It takes about 12 weeks from sowing to cropping, and I don't think they grow as big as the Nantes or the Autumn King. The Nantes grow quite long, where the Autumn King are small, a bit wider carrots, but the Chanternay Red Core, from what I've grown in the past, are quite small and tapered as compared to the Nantes. But it's still a good carrot, and I've got the seeds, so stick it in and we see what we get. If we get carrots, we get carrots. I don't really care what the shape is, they'll all get eaten anyway. I'm now just putting in marker sticks. I'm snapping up this old bamboo cane just to put in marker sticks of where the rows are, because when I cover the beds over, then I won't remember what's what, or it'll be difficult to know exactly where the seeds are. So yeah, I'm just marking the tops of the beds with bamboo cane, and these last few rows going in are not carrots. These are actually purple top Milan turnips, which are small white turnips with a flattened top and bottom, and as in the name, the tops are purple. It's a nice little turnip, and the leaves can also be eaten. These take about 10 weeks from sowing to cropping. So just marking out the purple top Milan beds, rows, breaking up any lumps I see in the soil, and covering over the drills or trenches with compost. And while I'm at it, if I see any lumps of compost, I'll break them up with my hand. And once I've got all the compost covering the drills, the last, but one of the most important jobs is to water again. This will compress the compost, the wet compost, down on top of the seeds and give you a better chance of germination. And once I've watered, I am going to cover the bed with this weed suppressing fabric. This fabric also has holes so I can water through it, but this is going to help retain moisture underneath and keep the sun off them. Well, that's the carrots done, and I've covered the bed over with some of that weed fabric, so to sort of like trap the moisture underneath the fabric so that they don't dry out too soon. Plus I can just water over the fabric because the fabric is permeable to water, so if I water on top of the fabric, the water will seep through into the ground and below and keep them moist. So I'll be checking that every other day I'm up just to see, and as soon as I see seedlings appear above the ground, I'll take the feed fabric up so the seedlings can get sunshine. Yeah, it's almost midday again and it's very hot, so I've just got a few more jobs to do before I can pack up and go. So let me swing a camera around and we'll have a look. The sweet corn I put in at the weekend, it got watered yesterday and it's looking quite good actually. I'll water it the next time I'm up, so every other day I'll give it a water. And here, okay, this red cabbage was hammered by the aphid and I don't think it's going to recover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out and I'm going to take one of these strombolies and put it there. The other strombolies I'm going to bring round here, because if I look here I can actually see a flower head. So these broccolis are producing flower heads. Now I thought they'd need to be much bigger plants before they produce flower heads. So I'm wondering whether the heat has stressed them so much that they've started producing flower heads quite early, because this one's got a flower head as well, and that one. So all these three are producing flower heads. But let's get this, let's deal with this red cabbage and the stromboli first. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully take up the butterfly netting, because there's cabbage mites all over the place, and get this cabbage out. These pegs are a bit tight. So I was glad I kept these stromboli, because they got slugged very early and they weren't doing so good, but they've actually come back quite well. So yeah, they've come back quite well, and even then there's still a bit of slug damage on it. But let's get this cabbage out. As you can see, it's still got aphids in the curled leaves, That's not going to recover, it's too badly gone. So, this one has got some curved leaves in the centre, but I think this one's strong enough to recover. That's a snail. I'll just pull out a few of these weeds. I'm not going to weed the entire bed. It's wrong time of the day for that. So, how am I going to get these out? Okay, that's one out. It's getting a bit difficult to remember what's what in here now. Obviously you can tell the red cabbage, but I can't remember what this one is next. I think it's some sort of broccoli Delilah gave me. But I'll just firm this in. I'll get it some water and give them all a water, just to water them in. Right, that's as much as I'm doing with that. Can I squeeze another one in? I'm going to see if I can squeeze another one in down at the bottom. It'd be a shame to waste these, because we do eat a lot of broccoli. Just make sure I don't have any cabbage bites trapped underneath the net. And then peg it all back down again. Right, that should be it. Okay, let's get this nut up. This side needs a weeding as well. It's been a few weeks since it was weeded, and in this temperature all you've got to do is add water the plants and the weeds pop up. But, oh god, these pegs are tight. Yeah, I'm not going to weed today. I'm not going to start weeding in the hottest part of the day. Just to show you. Little broccoli head there. And all these little dots on the broccoli head are flower buds. So when they'll start separating apart and opening up, that's when we know the broccoli head's going to flower. So as soon as I see that happening, I'm going to cut it out. I'll see if I can squeeze a broccoli, this last broccoli in here. I'll just make some space. It's difficult to see the screen on the camera in the bright sunlight, so sometimes I don't exactly know where the camera's pointing to. And I've just got to watch, there's a lot of red ants around here. So the stromboli was put to seed, was sown on the 2nd of March 25. That's interesting. I'll need to check the packet to see how long it should take to harvest. Because usually broccoli plants take a long time, usually get a lot bigger than that. But this one might be different. And just as I before, put this netting down to protect it from the cabbage whites. Make sure the end one is completely closed up. That one in, and this corner one. Okay, that's me done for today. I'm just going to pack up now. If I come back later this week, it's probably just going to be for watering things, as it's going to be a hot week. So yeah, thanks for now, and I'll see you all again later.